Hello and welcome back to the DBO Show. This is going to be a really short, sharp episode, and I really just want to remind you that you are not selling dance classes, okay? So if you're struggling right now with your marketing, with your sales, I want you to remember that you are selling so much more than that. You're selling confidence, you're selling life skills, you're selling friendships, community, connection. You're selling so much more than just a dance class. So if you can get that out of your head and start going a little bit deeper in your marketing when you're selling to existing parents and also just your audience and people who follow you, it will make it so much easier when you can go beyond the class itself. And a question I want you to ask yourself, and also feel free to ask this to your customers: if my school was to close tomorrow, what would you miss? Now, I guarantee that the majority, if not all of your customers, would not say dance. They would not say choreography. They would not say, perfect routines on stage or perfect, wins at the competition. I would probably put money on it, they would tell you that they'll miss their teachers at the school, they'll miss the friendships, that they'll miss that sense of belonging, that they will miss the home from home, that they will miss having that safe space. The majority of people will not tell you that they will miss dance itself. And that tells you everything you need to know when it comes to your marketing and to your sales. You have got to be solving a problem for your customers, and you have got to be able to take away some sort of pain that they are going through. Like, what is keeping your customers awake at night? When they wake up in the middle of the night, what is the first thing that they're thinking about? What are they worrying about? Where do they feel pain? And we've got to talk to that in our marketing. We don't always want to talk about the solution, which is your dance class, but we want to talk about the problem. If you can start talking about that in your marketing, you're going to attract people who have that problem and are looking for a solution. Problem example is that maybe their kid only wants to go on their iPad. Like they're fighting a losing battle between getting their kid off the iPad. So maybe you solve that problem. You create a space that's safe, that they can come, they can get connection, like real life connection, where their child is not sitting behind a screen. You might be solving the problem that their kid is not academic, that they're struggling at school. So they maybe want to just, be free, and they want to come to somewhere that they can express themselves in a non-academic way. So you have got to get really clear on the problem that you're solving, get clear on the pain point of your customers, and talk to that, and realize that you're selling more than just a dance class. It goes way, way beyond that. You're setting these kids, even if it's adult classes that you teach, you're refining their skills, you're setting them up for their future. And when anyone comes to your school, they're investing in themselves. They're investing in their kids. They're not investing in your business. And I think even when we make that switch as a business owner, it becomes so much easier to realize what it is that we have got at our fingertips. You have got incredible impact. You get to have such an amazing ripple effect that you get to create through people coming to your school. The connections, the lifelong friendships, the relationships that people get to build in a safe space with like-minded people is absolutely priceless. You have got to realize that. You have got to start talking about that. And you have got to sell anything else but a dance class, but a theatre school class, but a musical theatre class. Insert whatever it is that you offer. You're selling more than that. You're going way beyond that. You're selling a transformation. When someone comes to your school, how do they leave your school? You want them to leave a different person from when you found them. Example being that shy kid that joins your school when she's 5 and then leaves when she's 16, 17, off to college, off to uni, and she's just like this. It's almost like a little caterpillar, when it grows into a butterfly. That's what you get to do in your school. And, what a privilege that is, what an honor that is, that you get to make an impact on people's future. So I would really like you to work on that, to focus on that, to think about it differently, and look at your marketing, look at your sales process and think, how can I sell more than just a class here? Like, what am I actually selling at the core of all of this? And you will never struggle to grow your dance business again when you see it like that. I really hope that landed. I know it was short and sweet, but I hope it was valuable nonetheless. I will see you back on next week's episode of the DBO Show. Thanks so much for listening.